Today I'm going to show you how to do the reverse grab. This is an intermediate spin, and you want to make sure that you master your chair before you start doing the spin. So just to review the chair, this is what it looks like. And I'll go over a lesson with this a little bit later, but let's assume that you know how to do your chair. The next thing I want you to do is to try your chair without that supporting hand. And all I want you to do is really see how your body wants to pull yourself to the front of the pole. So if your inside arm is fully extended, you're going to swing into your one-handed chair the same way you would have if you had that hand in front. So you're going to swing your outside leg, and you should feel your body wanting to come to the front of the pole. And you're just going to land it, okay? So at first, I just want you to get that feeling of your hips wanting to pull you to the front of the pole, and you're going to land it before you actually come around to the front. Now, once you get the hang of that, the next thing you're going to do is actually go with that motion. So you're going to swing into your chair just like you did. Feel your body come to the front. Your opposite hand is just going to be hanging by your body. And as you come around, you'll feel your hand come to the pole. So the biggest thing here is you don't want to start looking for the pole, because that's when you miss it and it makes you feel a little nervous and anxious, and then you end up losing your spin. So I'll just show you what it looks like when I actually let my hand touch the pole and come around to the front. So I'm going to swing, it's going to grab, and then I'm just going to tip so that my feet end up pointing in the direction that I'm spinning. So when you're doing your reverse grab, what you're trying to do is let your hips come around to the front of the pole. So now instead of you facing the pole, your back is to the pole. And it's really important that you start off small like this. And I like to use the chair to introduce the spin simply because it allows for your shoulders to get used to this type of a movement, because it can be very strenuous on your shoulders. Okay, so as you get more comfortable with the motion and the idea of the swing and the hand coming to the pole and letting yourself just come around in this particular motion, and your shoulders start to feel a little stronger, the next thing you can do is start to allow your body to move further and further from the pole. And when you do this, you really want to think of leading with your hips. So with all of your spirals, the biggest thing is going to be your hips. Your hips are going to create the circle for you. And I'll show you what I mean, because what happens is, if you lead with your legs, you have to imagine, if I kick my legs into the spin, my hips are going to remain behind the pole, which is going to make it impossible to get to the front of it. But if I led with my hips, my legs will follow, but now my hips are in front of the pole, which makes it much easier to create that circle around. So I'll show you the first way if I just kick my legs. So if I just kick and come, you'll notice how close I am to the pole. So you can see how the pole's rubbing on my back, which, you know, it might not seem like a problem. However, you'll notice that if you're not wearing a tank top, wearing like just a half top or something, your skin touches the pole, you're really going to get stuck. And the other problem with that is the possibility of injuring your shoulder. Because if you can imagine, when you come around, if you get stuck, that arm gets stuck and you're going to get pulled, and it can potentially pull your shoulder. So instead, what I want you to do is swing your hips out, and I don't mean out in a straight line, because remember, however you swing your hips out, you're going to come back that same direction. We want to swing away from the pole and then follow it. So it'll look like this. My right hand is up. I'm going to swing my left hip leading out to the left, and then around to the right arch. And come out. So hopefully you noticed that my back did not touch the pole at all. And the reason was because I led with my hips to get my body off that pole. I'll show you one more time. So I'm going to swing my hips away and around, and then arch and follow up. Okay, so there's your reverse grab. If you are having any problems with this one on either side and you're feeling a little weak, for example, on your non-dominant side, you might find that you just want to keep it close for now, and you can just gradually add on distance as you get better with it. But always think the hips, lead with the hips, don't lead just with the legs, and you should have a successful reverse grab. Thanks for watching.